I like to use Sundays for prep day. So if you are preparing next week for before when or actually 9 days from now, before when our challenge starts, Sunday's a good day to prep. Some things that I prep is I cut up all of my fruit. I put them all in a bowl just so that I can store them into something plastic. I just went and bought these around Christmas time. They were really cheap, but I'd love to have these Tupperwares because it keeps everything a little bit fresher. As you can see, I write the date on them so that next week I know to throw these ones out, and if I've made anything in the middle of the week, then I don't throw that out. Next, I cut up some vegetables just so they're easy to grab and easy to eat instead of grabbing something that wouldn't be as nutritious for you. So I like to cut them up in little bite-sized pieces. I add water to the celery and then I put this in the fridge. It cuts out some of the bitterness if you let it soak a little bit before you eat it. Again, I make sure that I put the date on there. That one you can't see very good, but just so that I don't throw it away when I'm throwing out the other stuff in my fridge. As far as meats go, I usually like to cook up a bag of chicken breasts, and I do this in the crock pot with a cup of organic. You want to make sure it's organic, low sodium salsa, so you're not adding sodium to your meals. And then the fish I do in the oven with slices of lemon and some lemon juice on top of it. And I add some lemon pepper, but you want to make sure you get no salt lemon pepper. Another thing that I like to keep in my fridge is I like to have low sodium turkey in my fridge, whole wheat tortillas, and some type of cheese, and always I like to keep lettuce. But make sure you're not doing iceberg lettuce, you're doing some type of lettuce that has a little bit more nutritional value. Iceberg just has a lot of, it's good for fiber, but it doesn't have a lot of nutritional value. The next thing that I like to keep on hand is coconut oil. This is what I use for all of my cooking now, and it has a lot of nutritional value in it. If you look at your guide that you're going to be getting, Autumn talks a lot about the benefits of coconut oil, and it's actually great for your hair, your skin, everything. So just buying a big jar of it will actually be better than just for cooking. Bananas are my new friend, so I always make sure I get 2 bunches of bananas when I go to the store. They're great to add to your shakes for a little bit of sweetness. If you just add half of one, it counts as a fruit, and you can actually freeze them, and that adds some coldness to your shake if you like them a little bit cold like I do. Another thing I keep on hand is cage-free brown eggs. I just think that they taste a little bit better than the white eggs. Low-fat cottage cheese is a great protein. If you're trying to add a protein to something, just make sure you get the low-fat 2% instead of 4%. Almond butter, it's what I add to my shakes a lot. It has more fat than peanut butter, but it has a lot less sugar, and it's a good kind of fat. So this is one of the teaspoons that I use in my shakes. Another thing I like to keep on hand is the white sweet potatoes. They're one of the healthiest carbs that you can eat. They're at the top of the list. Actually, if you cut them up in circles and put a little olive oil on them that you would use for your teaspoon, and just put a little bit of, you can put chili powder or anything that you'd like on them, and they taste a lot like fries. So if you have a craving for French fries, that really satisfies that. Half of one of these is a carb. If you're having any problems with feeling full during the day, I would suggest getting some of these steel cut oats. I like to add like some raspberries or something on top of them just so it makes them a little bit more edible. but these keep you full a lot longer for than what maybe two tortillas would for your carb. So if you're having any problems with not feeling full during the day, this is a great solution. So another thing that I buy now is stevia instead of buying just regular sugar. You get one of these for your coffee and it's free. So I make sure I have I just buy little packets so I know exactly how much I'm putting in to my coffee and quickly. Another thing that's one of our freebies is tea. So at night, if I'm having a hard time winding down, I will get some chamomile tea. You can use spices in any of your food, but they need to be salt-free. So this is a great solution, like a Mrs. Dash, but another one I use a lot is ground cumin. It tastes, it makes it taste like that taco seasoning flavored. Cilantro. I use vanilla extract in a lot of things. And nutmeg. These are some of the great things that you can put into your food to give them a little bit of seasoning and set yourself up for success so you don't feel like you're depriving yourself of anything, but you're not eating those salts and sodiums. And of course, I always keep coffee on hand because you get 1 cup of coffee a day. But thank you for listening, and hopefully you have a great week and getting ready for food prep in 8 days. Thank you. Bye.